Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, videos, and whatever else may catch my fancy at the time. And you know what? I understand the need for cord cutting. Cable is prohibitively expensive. And it's something that I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me. But I understand why it can be bothersome to most people. Because, I grew up, if you wanted, I didn't watch a ton of TV growing up. I definitely watched some, but nowhere near as much as I watch now. Because when I was growing up, I had 5 channels and one of them was in Spanish. So it's like, okay, there were specific times of day when it was worth sitting here and looking at this television. But the rest of the time, go outside and play. There's video games, books, all the kind of stuff. Nowadays, there's so much stuff on so many different streaming services. There's more stuff constantly being pumped out. It's like, it is not humanly possible to watch everything. And it depends on who you are as a person, but I know for me, I only need 2 services and I'm probably set. Depending on which services they are. I'm not gonna lie, some of them are better than others. But the point is, I get it. But sometimes it's still fun to have cake. Anyways, cause what happened today, I woke up unusually early, and then I turn on my TV, flipping through channels, and I just see an old movie I haven't seen in forever, called Evolution, which we're about to get into. But first, I want to take a moment to just say, I'm going to make videos when I make them. I don't have a regular schedule. When I was younger, yes, I regularly scheduled videos, but now it's basically just, hey, if I feel like making one and I happen to have free time, I'll make one. So that's what it happens when it happens because I feel like doing it. This is not my job. I don't have to be here. I enjoy being part of the YouTube landscape, and I appreciate the people that, for some strange reason, find me entertaining. But it happens when it happens. This is a fun little side project that I'm keeping alive. The moment it stops being fun, I'm gonna stop doing it. But yeah, life is good. I still have my job. I'm actively trying to stay active. I have a rule that if I don't go outside for 24 hours, I gotta pump iron because I do still have weights. But I'm lazy. I don't like using them. But being lazy is a problem for me, so it's like I try to come up with an excuse, which sometimes it's easy because it's like, oh, you got one day off from work over a 2 week period, then it's like, okay, you got to go outside and go shopping or do whatever chores. You have to. But there are still some days when it's like, I have no reason to go outside, so I'm not going to. And then, grab some weights, hit that shit. Anyways, back to Evolution. I've been watching. There's a lot of stuff that I just missed growing up because that's just the nature of the beast. Either you see it or it's gone forever. I watched both Crocodile Dundee movies this week, and honestly, they're not quite what I expected. Better in some ways, worse in others. Overall enjoyed them. If I had my shot to do a remake of those movies, there would definitely be changes. But I appreciate them for what they are. And that actually brings me to the next movie, Evolution. 2001, I believe, starring David Duchovny of X-Files fame. It's also got Julianne Moore, and fans of Modern Family will recognize the dad from there in a small role. And also some other guy whose name I don't remember, but I know he was a big deal back then. It's like Sean William Scott or something. I don't know. But it's the guy from, I think, that Bulletproof Monk movie. Yeah, that movie. Was he in American Pie? I feel like he was in just about everything. He was in a lot of things and then he disappeared. Anyway, it's like Sean Penn, Sean something, I don't know. Anyways, oh yeah, and Orlando Brown. No, Bloom. No, no, Brown. Yeah, Orlando something. I want to say Brown. Because Bloom is the other guy. There's actually a handful of Orlandos in Hollywood. Anyways, it's the guy from Double Take. And Drumline. Yeah, he was the guy in Drumline, the teacher. Anyways, I I think I used to be a huge fan of his. He hasn't done as much in recent years, so it's not in there right now. But the knowledge exists. Anyways, this movie I think based off comic books or something. It's kind of like in that Ghostbusters universe sort of thing. The whole thing is, a meteorite crash lands, which of course because I said meteorite. Those of you who don't know, it's a meteor until it hits the Earth. Second it touches dirt, it's a meteorite. But whatever. Anyways, they go to investigate a meteorite, and they find some weird alien organisms growing on it, and it's growing at an exponential rate. It starts as a single-celled organism, and then it becomes a multi-celled organism, and then it starts becoming incredibly complex multicellular organisms, eventually, evolving into primates and dragons. Also, they're following multiple evolutions. You got water-based creatures. You got a lot of shit going on. You got dragons, apes, and all. It's like you kind of just have to see it. So first of all, is it a good movie? In my opinion, yes. I know 100 million other people who probably disagree with me, because I'm pretty sure this is one of those movies that it was really hyped up, but then kind of bombed, if I remember correctly. Because here's what I do know: one movie and then one really shitty Saturday morning cartoon that lasted a season, and then it all kind of just faded from people's memories. This is a hidden gem, though. I love this movie. I remember it being one of my favorites as a kid, and watching it just now for the first time in well over a decade, it still holds up. And this thing had to have had like a Jurassic Park type of budget, because a lot of the graphics and shit still holding up. And as far as like the science of it all, the storyline, it's pretty solid. It definitely feels like I said, looking at a lot of the, I don't want to invoke its name, but the Matthew Broderick Godzilla one, it definitely feels a little in that vein. But yeah, it's one of those things where the science, at least on surface level, seems to make sense. I'm not an actual scientist, so I can't verify the effectiveness of the science they're using. But it seems they do appear to be using real science. So, anyways, it's a fun little movie, and even though I think to me this goes in the category of like underappreciated in its time, but still one of the greats ever. Kind of like Firefly. You know, it's, I think it might have been too ahead of its time. People weren't ready for it, but the ones who know, they know. And I'm talking about Evolution, but that applies to Firefly too. Anyways, because to me, this movie, it's got pretty much everything. It's incredibly funny. And I think it's good when a movie doesn't take itself too seriously, even when it's. I mean, you're talking about an alien species that's trying to just survive, but in order for them to survive, they basically need to eradicate, you know, humanity and everyone else currently living here. The and so, humanity has no choice but to fight back. And of course, I can see certain groups of people not liking it. Like if you're an army general, you might not love this movie because the army general in this one is a clown who refuses to listen to other people's advice and then when things go wrong, specifically because of the choices he made, somehow finds a way to blame everyone except himself. The people who told him not to do it, he's like, they screwed this up, and it's like, no, 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 you screwed up because you didn't listen to what we said when we told you not to do this. But whatever. It's, you know what? My basic review is watch it. If you've never seen Evolution, or hell, if you have seen it and didn't like it, or especially if you saw it and loved it, everybody just give that movie a second chance. Go watch it again. It's worth sitting through. It is one of my all-time favorites from childhood. At least, as far as like live action movies are concerned, I feel like it's probably in the top five. I mean, like that's the only bad thing I would say is it forgettable? Maybe, but it's also something that doesn't come up in conversation. Like I can talk about Pokemon with a bunch of people. I mean, I think they're still making new Pokemon movies and shows. So that's half the reason why we remember it because it never stopped existing. You know, it's hard to talk about something that isn't right there. So that's one thing you can make the argument for. Is it forgettable? I mean, cause we did forget about it. I don't think, but I think I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a train. Anyway, oh shit, 12 minutes already. Well, that's long enough. The entire point that I made this movie, yeah, the entire reason that I made this review was just to tell y'all, Evolution is a damn good movie. Go watch it, and until the next. I'm sorry, that train just threw me off. I heard that horn and it just blew all the thoughts out of my head. You guys know that feeling. Whatever. I'm gonna eat some lunch and take a nap. I'm gonna be walking all night. But then I got the weekend off. WrestleMania weekend. Yay, looking forward to it. So yeah, I have no idea when I'm gonna make another video, just whenever I happen to be inspired by it. But so my what's my outro again? Okay. So thank you for watching. My name's been Nathan Lyle. So until the next time you see me, whatever the hell that happens to be, if I ever do make another video again, who knows? Every video I make, there's always a potential that it could be the last video I ever upload to this channel. I really don't know for sure. It happens when it happens, if it happens at all. So until the next time that you see me in a video, whenever I do end up making it, if I end up making one, have a great day, month, week, year, whatever. See you around.